Yeah, what's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Prison Break Raw. I'm your host, the one and only Big JD. Go ahead, get this channel, subscribe, share, leave some messages or comments, hit the thumbs up for the like, notification bell to be informed on all episodes when they drop. Most importantly, if you enjoy this content, please feel free to share it. Sharing is caring. Share it to your family, your friends, your coworkers, anywhere and everywhere in your social media platforms. Let's get this raw and uncut material out there to the millions that don't know we are here. I've been asked to speak on this very serious situation that is getting to the point of being blown way out of proportion in Los Angeles. Now, some of you may say, well, what the fuck do I got to do with it because I'm living out here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma? Never forget, I was born and raised in Southeast Los Angeles. You could take the Cali boy out of Cali, but you can't take Cali out of the Cali boy. My heart fucking pumps true blue, Dodger blue all the way through. And that's what it is. And not only that, being my background what it is, and being that I have a very strong tie to what you would call the Chicano, the Mexicano community in Southern California. So, what is my take on all of this that is going on? All of this race war that's brewing? Well, to go back in time a little bit, this has actually been in the making since 1998, and it started to level off a little bit. There was a lot of action and a lot of moving towards peace on both sides of the African American community, the Chicano and Mexicano community as a whole, trying to come together. But now here we are, right? We are in a whole new era. And I've been saying this from the jump. When I started doing my show, talking about putting skinny pants gangsters on notice, trying to straight burn down the safe spaces, move away from all this political correct bullshit, all this ultra-sensitive, super soft, snowflake-ass BS that's going on in this country because it is so detrimental. Now, people will call me anything under the sun. You call me a Republican, a conservative, a this, that, and the third. I'm not none of that shit. I've always said it. I'm a libertarian through and through. And this is the reason why. Because both sides are fucking useless. Both sides are completely and utterly fucking useless. I don't care if you're a Republican, conservative, a Democrat, progressive, a socialist, a communist, a Nazi, a this, that, and the third. They are all fucking worthless. Completely fucking worthless. You know? And for somebody like me, who was stuck in the system for so many years, if I could see it and you can't, then goddamn, man, I don't know what universe you're living in. Because on one side, they're completely and totally tough on crime. It's an eye for an eye and a tooth for the tooth, says the Lord. And on the other side, they want to fucking give away the farm. Open up the doors and let the floodgates go out. Just let everybody out of prison. Who cares if everybody's shooting everybody in Chicago, right? We can't say anything about that because, we can't politicize it in any way. And plus, we don't want to come off as a racist. So nobody ever addresses shit. Everybody's walking around on fucking eggshells. Eggshells, man. Everybody's walking around on eggshells because they don't want to offend somebody. It's sad, really, if you think about it. It is fucking completely, and it is just totally sad how weak and passive-aggressive everybody has become. Guess what? You really think that is the solution to solving the world problems, to ending racism and poverty and all this stuff like that? You will never end those things. As long as there are people that are walking around on this earth taking a shit, taking a piss, eating, fucking, fighting, and all that stuff, all of this is going to continue to go on and on and on and on. You could go and rush the Federal Reserve. You could strong-arm rob every billionaire in the streets and hand out all their money. You could rush the Vatican and empty out all its coffers of gold and shit that they've been building up for thousands of years. You will still never solve all these problems. There's no such thing as a utopia. I'm sorry to tell you, but it just doesn't exist. It is not realistic to think that it'll ever exist. And I'm not trying to be a pessimist. I'm just telling you this is human nature. You hear me talk a lot about esoterica and stuff of the esoteric nature. I had a Luciferian on this show who's a part of the left-hand path. I've done a lot of studying as far as religious sociology, theological studies, the study of ancient mystery schools and all that and the likes. Over 20 years I've studied this stuff, right? And I found that there was actually a mystery school. You can call them the Gnostics, whatever you want to call them, way back in the days, that came up with the theory that this world was actually built by the devil, right? Now, don't quote me. This is not me. I'm quoting their beliefs. They said that this world was built by the devil. It was designed and built by the devil. And when it started to get to the way it was getting, God seen this shit. It was like his little kid, built a big old giant ant farm in the backyard. Now the ants were getting into the house, and they were all over the counters and the kitchen table and everything like that. So Father comes out and fills up the ant farm with water and floods the ants because it was getting out of control. It was causing problems. In their minds, this is what they said happened. That the devil was the child that created the earth and created humanity. And God saw that it was getting out of hand, so he flooded it. But the devil told one person to go ahead and build a boat and put everything on there so that you're saved. So I ain't got to start all over from scratch. And here we are. That's the belief of this one mystery school that I'm talking about way, way back in the days. The Gnostics, whatnot you want to call them, believe that this is the devil's world. So if this is the devil's world, mankind with its free will and its independent nature and its survival of the fittest and its get all at the expense of all, crab mentality, step on everybody to get to the top, all of that stuff, these are human nature traits that everybody possesses. And everybody is out to benefit their people over the next. It doesn't matter what color you are. They want to benefit their people over everybody else. It's a proven fact. It's happened all over the world. The most vicious empire that ever stood, and nobody's even been able to compare them as of yet, was the Mongols. And guess what? They were Asian. They wreaked havoc through almost all of the known world. All up at the front doorstep of Europe, all through the Middle East, all the way at the front doorstep of Africa before they finally stopped. They created the bubonic plague and spread it out there as a biological weapon. They did all these things. The Chinese had to build a wall just to keep them out. That's how bad it was. Humans have always been, it's my people over yours, and I'm going to do everything to one-up you every single time. Fast forward it to this modern day. Los Angeles, the melting pot of multi-different races. Black, white, brown, Asian, you name it. All of them are there. Whenever you have that many different cultures living in a small confined space, riots are going to pop off. There's going to be some shit kicking off. Sound familiar? It's the same thing in prison. Everybody is out to make sure that their people are better than the next, at the expense of everybody else if necessary. These issues have been going on in Los Angeles for a long time, but they started to level off. Now in this day and age, I go into prison around 2012 and such, and I already seen the political correctness and all the snowflakeness getting to where it's like really fucking catching wind. Safe spaces, therapy dogs, all these identities of all these different things, and all this shit is just so out of control, and they demand that you respect each and every one of these things. Fuck your own free will and your personal choice. You must obey, says Big Brother. walking around on eggshells. And now, here we are with Trump. The media and so many people on one side are so infatuated. It's like he's like, God, oh God, I got to find a vein to get this Trump heroin in me. That they lose sight of everything else that's going on. So you have an elote lady that's attacked. You have an elote man that's attacked. Dudes selling masks. All these things going on. The media completely and utterly ignores it. Leaders in the community completely ignore it. I put a post out it on Facebook. I got called a white supremacist. What the fuck kind of a white supremacist is going to defend an elote lady? That's how crazy these fucking people are. That's how out of control. That's how fucking deranged and mentally just completely out of their fucking mind that these people are. Their optics run wild. Just because of the color of my skin, I can't speak on that. I need to shut up and sit down and stand up and clap when I'm told to clap. Fuck you. Suck my dick. I'll speak on whatever I want to speak on whenever I want to speak on it. And every one of you should be demanding the same right. It's called freedom of speech. You trying to take that shit? Roll that fucking Constitution up and straight bitch slap these motherfuckers. So I spoke on it on my post. You know what I was told? We're dealing with COVID-19. You shouldn't be talking about this. You're a white supremacist. You're a piece of shit. Well, fuck you too. I'm talking about it because it's the right thing to talk about, and it's the only way to bring awareness to where people can snap and say, God damn, we better get in there and start talking to the people in our community. And then we better all come together and figure out how we can resolve this and try to put an end to it. But you can't even raise kids anymore. You can't discipline them. You can't do anything with them. Because this ultra-sensitive, super soft, emasculate all things masculine, to feminize all these boys to the point to where they just do these things. And they don't even think about doing them. They're just doing them. There's no malice afterthought to any of it. It just happens. But the other side will never see it that way. They'll always see it as a racial attack. They'll always see it as that their community is under attack. So then some people tried to resolve the issue and issue out a couple of disciplines. I've seen the videos where the Hoovers were disciplining their dudes. Weak. That was the weakest fucking boo-bop I've ever seen in my life. They might as well just had a pillow fight. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like slap, 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 slap. Okay, you're good. But I'm from a different time. I'm from a time where when a motherfucker got boo-bopped, he's getting his fucking face kicked in. You're going to carry that boy out in a stretcher, man. He's going to be laid up in his bed, all lumped up and beat up for weeks. Vicious-ass beatdowns, boo-bops I've seen up there in the L.A. County Jail, in the state, whatever it is. You getting a discipline, it's gonna be vicious. Let's go ahead and have a little slap fight, little slap box. Okay, are we good? Or everybody, we good? In the minds of a lot of people, no, they ain't good. No, we ain't good. So here it is. It's still going. And the media is still ignoring it. They talked about a jogger that just got shot. It's sad. The guy lost his life. But it's like I'm saying. They'll report and pick and choose on what they want to report on. Yeah, that guy lost his life, but guess what? A whole bunch of people could be losing their lives if this shit fucking erupts into something big. Now, you got people showing these videos of mutual attacks on both sides. I'm not going to do that because that's only fanning the flames. But it's happening. It's true. And somebody's going to die. But what's the media going to do? They're going to run a headline story. Oh, Trump just picked his nose and ate his booger. Look, everybody, look, his polls are down. Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden, Joe Biden. They're so caught up in that whole thing, man, that they've lost sight of everything else and they've forgotten about everybody else. I'm not a recruiter for the Libertarian Party. I'm not even a member of the Libertarian Party. You don't have to be a member of the Libertarian Party to be a libertarian. But goddamn, if this doesn't wake a lot of yous up to becoming a libertarian, that means you are taking back your liberty and your rights as a free-thinking, a free-moving, an individual, then I don't know what will ever wake you up. On one side, what did they do to Bernie Sanders? They're propping up some sexual predator, some freaking rapist, tree-jumping rapist to be their president. And just a year ago, they were hands across America, open arms to stop a Supreme Court justice from being appointed because they were saying he was a sex offender, but they're overlooking this guy. That's on one side. On the other side, they're fighting and bucking to give all of you another stimulus check, but they want to keep bailing out big corporations. They want to keep sending money to all these goddamn fucking shithole countries around the world. Billions of dollars, by the way, the Republican side. They want to help churches. They want to do all that, but they don't want to help you. This is why I have no use for either side. And then not only that, but a federal court judge that keeps blocking circumstances of my case. Because it's an eye for an eye and a tooth for the tooth, says the Lord, kind of mentality. I got no use for either of them. But here we are with all of this that's going on in Los Angeles. And still not a celebrity in sight. Where's Kim Fake-Assian in all this? And Kanye? You know what I'm saying? Where's Snoop Dogg? And on the other side, where are all the people that community? Where's George Lopez? Or anybody else that's so fucking caught up in smoking the fucking Donald Trump glass dick all the time. You got people in the streets that are pushing it one way or the other. You got people in the streets that demand blood. And you got other people in the streets that are trying to say, well, hold up, everybody. Hold up, man. Let's try to resolve this. But whatever it is ain't working because the shit's just like, it's snowballing. So what can we do? Demand your fucking media to stand up and start fucking addressing these stories. Put the fucking glass dick, the fucking Make America Great Again glass dick down. And start getting back and focusing on what's going on with your people, the people that you all say that you're supposed to be serving. All you celebrities running around with your shelter-in-place videos that you're doing. Talking about how you do your makeup and how many dildos you're shoving down your throat. Get out there and start fucking working with these people. I don't care. Put a fucking bio suit on if you're so scared to get fucking COVID. But go out there and address this shit. People got to start fucking standing up and stop being passive-aggressive and start getting in the face of all these motherfuckers, slapping them with that dick of reality and say, get off your motherfucking ass and get out there and fucking do some shit. For reals, man. All this shit is fucking like crazy. You know? My hands are tied in a lot of ways. What can I really do? I mean, I'm not even the biggest platform on YouTube. But at least I'm asking the right questions. At least I'm talking about the right things. These other people are fucking dancing around and peddling around and just fiddle fucking around with the whole thing. And I just keep seeing it getting worse and worse and worse. And somebody is going to get killed. Mark my words, somebody's going to die in all this at some point in time. This world that we live in is a jungle. The world is a ghetto. It's a dark, dangerous forest with the big bad wolf in it. Wars, famines, diseases, diaper snipers, tree-jumping rapists, corrupt politicians, bullshit media, fake-ass celebrities. All around us. But everybody's so caught up in me, and my identity, and all that. They forget that the rest of the world around them needs support from one another. We need support from each other. We need to stand with each other. And all this shit I keep hearing about, race this and race that, it's not about race. It's about humanity, for Christ's sake. Because all this shit happens everywhere in the world by them. Sorry. But it's not just people that look like me that's causing all the problems. It's time to wake the fuck up, man. Pry yourself loose from the herd mentality and this identity optical illusion bullshit that you're sucked into. Unplug from the fucking mainframe and from the matrix, man, and act now. All of this shit is only as powerful as you allow it to be. When you sit back and do nothing and say nothing, it just continues to fester until it becomes so gangrenous that they have to cut it off of your body. Prison Break Raw, uncut, uncensored, no holds barred, non-sugarcoat, not politically correct, all up in your face, slapping you with that dick of reality, and I'm out.